Hello, gamer. Welcome. For once, my mic is not having troubles. I'm excited. That means good things for today. How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Or good. Just hanging in there, hanging out. Oh yeah, that was probably a lot, huh? Yeah. Well, it's time to take it nice and easy. Yeah, that was a lot. But it was really good, so worth the effort, I think. Alright, well, let's get going with the Final Fantasy. I wanna play a lot more today. Let's go, Guaha. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Rembrose did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again. Him and everyone. But come, let us be on our way. Haha. Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Graha assigned cute boy cat boy by everyone. Graha. Wonderful news, Sweshe. Tatara contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I should very much like to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryle? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Doman allies, the War of Succession rages on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the Third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus? Aren't they the ones who took in Yotsuyu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. He's doing a whole lot of nothing. Oh no, he was killing a lot of people, never mind. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict. And so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of a decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, this is not a problem easily solved. The Laminsons, in particular, struggle in their efforts, and Alphino and Y'shtola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible. Which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Dawn's Respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Gonna take a little nap. Hello. Sid. Crystal Tower music, yes. Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. Ha! I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well, a treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Allagan's report. Just so, with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambruce. It contains an Allagan dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Ha! Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, my lady. Node. Open the report entitled Iconic Corruption, an overview. Password freedom. Password accepted. Boop. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the ether of the soul. Said ether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. But when a subject is exposed to the ether of an icon, this changes, and their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. Me too, it's so cool. Sephiroth. By way of an example, exposure to the ether of the fiends, Sephiroth, would cause a subject's ether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as a preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subjects are not solely attributable to elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged, or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icons, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icons, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanisms of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects. An endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for the corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Remember that name. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence, I have been stripped of rank and title, and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So not even the Oligons were able to find a cure, or rather, were not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed a problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True. Yet, were we simply to reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatic faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. If we could only make them remember who they were. But of course, memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitement of false faith which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. I see. The theory seems sound, and our experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you are right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanisms. And I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magics. Which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. But it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind the password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait. A password that could be guessed by anyone with leisure and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? Hold on, I just need to quickly fix my chat because it's not on the good spot. Needs to be a little bit higher. Needs to be a bit higher. There we go. They changed it. Okay, is it good now? Yep, it's good now. Alright, let's keep going. Right. While Grahatia and I configure the terminals, I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I trust Weshe and Alice with their ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Take them to the Skysteel Manufactory in Ishgard and the ceruleum processing plant in Thanalan. The people there will give you what we need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalan. Yay! Get to go to Ishgard. You stand at the Skysteel Manufactory. What is it you require? So you're after our ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Yeah, he's cool. He's our fix-it friend. He's involved a lot more in the base game, especially towards the latter half. Yeah, definitely. You are not immune to engineer characters. Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. Well now, a promissory note from the Ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's as good as gold to me. Yay! Please God my kingdom for a voiced cutscene. Oh! Hello.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course.
Hello.
Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find.
Is it just me, or does he sound different?
I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
That's just still the same voice actor. I don't know why he sounds so different to me. Yeah, and all of Heaven's Word. And the post-Heaven's Word things. All of it. He's our friend. I miss Heaven's Word. What? I also miss Stormblood. What? It does help that Duashe defeated the dragon that was intent on stomping out his city. Every Ishgardian still lives because of this elf. Are you feeling tired, baby Goyle?
Oh, who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much?
Go take a nap.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
It's been a while, hero.
You again?
You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
Horse the horse.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel, not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin.
Extremely divorced energy.
All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while. Damn it. It's overloading.
Chief! She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There! I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
Well done, Gwaha.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Time for cure. Making so much noise. At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate. We cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if we're to test it on someone, then I suggest Gabu. His symptoms are relatively mild. It'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Yes, as long as we exercise due caution, it will be fine. Without further ado then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabu waiting long enough. Limsa, Laminsa, Limsa, Laminsa, Limsa, Laminsa. I enjoy saying that. Lahi! So many people in Limsa. You. That's an ultimate weapon, baby. Oh! I think that is the ultimate of Alexander. Every time I click on someone, I imagine me just grabbing them like that picture of the cat that knocked over their owner's onions or whatever. Just like, you! Come here, show me your clothes. Well, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our hosts bring Gabu to us at once. Hello, baby boy.
Apologies for the wait.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Hello.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
We had resigned ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment? Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul. Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I for one would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission then, let us begin.
I wish Yustola shared some of her ether with me.
Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn.
This is just full of baby gay and lesbian beams.
Tis done.
No small amount indeed. Oh.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allegans did not. It was never like to be easy. The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
We'll bring Gabu back. You see if we don't.
I imagine him just aiming at the
Twould
pig
seem
thing.
our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
And it just blows up like a balloon. Just... Well, this seems as good a spot as any to have a rest.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago. I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light-corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Well, if it's any consolation, she's in awe of your work. So sweet.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing. Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is. Alize, are you all right?
The treatment. Did it work?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gaboo!
Oh, He's so cute.
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gaboo. They helped him to hold on.
I'm so proud of you, Gaboo.
I couldn't have done it without you, Alize. Can you help the others too? Cure them, heal them, help them?
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gaboo alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms.
Absolutely.
Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gaboo, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of Porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya, the real one.
I have to go now, Gaboo. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
Oh, baby boy. As she will be at pains to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first, but this seems as good a time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. I love going to Master Matoya's cave. Always some shit happening there. Well, it was where the Aetoscope was, where we found out about Minfilia. And we have an upcoming dungeon as well. So, 2 dungeons for the price of 1 in a cave. Buggers. She knows a lot of things. Also, something that's so funny to me is that the person who voices Graha Tia, I think he plays the main character or the main guy character in the 2nd season of Bridgerton. And I saw, like, before I knew that, I saw an animation. And I was like, whoa, where are they getting these sounds from? Turns out it's him in Bridgerton fucking. Which is just so, you know, gotta be resourceful, I guess. It's a lot. I take it you are ready to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil. Very well. Don't think about that anymore.
Nary a word from you all this time, then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you any manners, girl?
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away, and for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process. There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
I merely adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
You are too kind. I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day. So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul. Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make your familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exodus. I dread to imagine what has become of it. Oh, there's sure to be a handful of feral familiars and mayhap a monster or two. But nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the Maker's Quarter. I'll send one of my Paragos ahead of you to let you into the workshop. You need only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful after all. Off you go. Might want to run this one with real people just so we can get through it faster. But also I've only run it once, so I don't remember any of the mechanics. So my healer's gonna be real happy with me. Sorry. Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good mistress's relict. Puro Rogo is my name, and I am honored to be your guide. Within, you will find a space dedicated to the making of familiars, along with a cavern wherein the requisite ingredients may be had. I must warn you, however, that the place has not played host to a single soul, much less a broom, in over 15 years, and will, I regret, be in some disarray. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see to it that you do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit, only say the word and I will show you in. Alright. The second to last dungeon of Shadowbringers. Go away, Tarantula Hawk. I hate you. Whee! Thank you. Yeah, I got into... like, I caught up with the patches right before this patch came out. The one we're doing right now, so it was just this dungeon this one time for the story, and then I just never got it again in Duty Roulette. And then Endwalker came out. So it's really the later ones that I don't know that much about, like the really early ones, like the Realm Reborn ones, I could do those with my eyes closed. And the Heavensward ones as well. Oh, here we go. I do love the music in here, though.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Listen well to what the Porogos say, or you'll wish you had.
First, we need to harvest some clay. Clay can be had at the clay pot cauldron, Ribbit. Through the portal, if you would. Please follow me, Ribbit, and put down any pests that bars the way. I do so enjoy having a white mage in my party. This music really reminds me of an old school Disney movie, you know? Like, it's very Fantasia. Allow me to assist you with the gap ribbon. Oh, boing. I did not imagine the place would be so infested, Ribbit. Place just across the way, but you'll need to deal with the Mugman first, Ribbit. Okay. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 ba. But it's somewhere else. LMAO. Kill it. Oh my god, is our healer gonna die? Oh. We're good. Now we have our clay ribbon. Let's return somewhere. Next, we need to get the water flowing again. It will be my pleasure to show you to the Clear Note Cauldron, Ribbon. For your own safety, I ask that you keep close to me, Ribbit. Oh. Also, I forgot to talk about it during the actual stream. But there was something I wanted to say about Elidibus. Like, I'm sure you noticed that his, like, model was very small. Or at least way smaller than the average ancient. And that has led a lot of people to conclude that Elidibus was a child when he was sacrificed to Zodiark, basically, or became Zodiark's heart. Which is, you know, that's a cool theory until you think that about, like, yeah, I'm just gonna say that's not true. That is what people think. Because, God forbid, they're short people. He was just a young adult man. And he was just short. But apparently, you know, it's just so weird. Like, everyone has perpetuated this myth of like haha myth, but this basically crack theory of him being a child. Like, first of all, he was a member of the Convocation. Why would a actual child be a member of a world-leading organization? And second of all, he speaks with the voice of a grown-ass man. He was probably a child at some point, but he's an adult. But it's just one of those annoying things that entered the fanon, and now people talk about it like it's 100% canon when... And I will be fair to people on some parts of it, because the English translation has not helped a lot. Because he's in Japanese, he's just referred to as a young man, like adult, but just on the younger side. And in English, he keeps being translated as like boy or youth. And like, come on guys, he's a man. But it's just one of those things that really grates at me. I was like, man. And I keep seeing it like in. I like to watch like reactions to 5.3 from streamers. And I keep seeing people saying that shit in the chat, like, oh, it's even more fucked up when you realize he's a kid. And, like, no, he's not. You just made that up. Boing. I sense a mischievous presence, Ribbit. Take care. Boing. Oh, do tell. What it becomes spears. Things of flesh and bones appears. Come here. Oh, but are they making him the ooh soft baby boy? No! What the fuck? I don't even know what that's talking about, but it already sounds bad. Spread up, dude. Don't panic. Yep, stay away from me. BBM. What? Whee! Huh. Yeah. He doesn't look that much like the girl. Oh boy. It's just very strange. I don't get it. anything, the escort looks like Bargain Basement Victor. If he looks like anyone. What the ribbit? Anyway, I love this environment. It's so pretty. Yay! You want me to do double pulls? You can if you want to, but I don't think you want to. I don't know though. This healer has the new rate top on, so they're pretty good. They must be pretty good, or they got carried, either or. It's the same. There are some things in this game that piss me off real bad, and one of them got fixed recently, which was the minion for Moonbrita, which is a character I don't think you know about. She was in one of the patches after A Realm Reborn. I don't know if I put that in the little info doc that I gave to you. No worries. So she was one of the characters that was basically just introduced to be killed in the same patch, which was kind of annoying. But, it was implied that Oriange had a big ol' crush on her or was in love with her. And on her minion, like, all the other languages was normal, but previously on her minion there was a description of yeah, definitely. It's like, ooh.
Right then.
Oh,
Let's get this over with.
Mother Porksy!
Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Baby mother Porksy. Porcine, mother Porksy. Cute. But yeah, in all the other languages, it was like, oh, he made it to celebrate how cool she was and how much he admired her. And then for some fucking reason, in the English, it was like, yeah, he made it anatomically correct, and don't ask him what he did with it before he gave it to you. Some shit like that. And it was just like, why are you making him out to be a huge creep when he is not? When that is not at all what he is. I can't even remember the exact phrasing because every time I think about it, my eyes become black and I just see red. He definitely does. Like, are you on crack cocaine, the person who wrote that? And yeah, I don't like what they did to Moonbreeda in that patch, because yeah, she was basically just introduced to be killed. But like, to this day, like, in everything, Orianja is still really affected by her loss. And like, he genuinely really liked her, at least. So that part does kind of pay off in Endwalker, but they did her so dirty. Same with Papalymo and Lise a little bit. At least Lise got a big part in Stormblood, but they did Papalymo really dirty as well. Like, everybody, basically after he sacrificed himself, everybody pretty much, like, forgot he exists. Don't worry, it's a complainer clock. I was due for another one. I haven't had one this good since Yotsuyu. Yeah, but I just think it's so sad, because I don't know, I think they could have done a lot more with them. And I guess I kind of feel the same way about Minfilia, though I do really like Reen and like her story in Shadowbringers, but I just can't help but wonder what it would have been like if she hadn't sacrificed herself. But, you know. Yeah, recommend. I do like this top. Should I yoink it from the healer? Sorry. Alright, salt time over. Back to the story.
There we are. Quite tame.
So cute! I love it.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
What if after all that trouble it just popped like a balloon?
That should suffice.
Thanks, Graha.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porkses. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy.
Your turn, Binge.
A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Matoya, I dare say.
So that's how babies are born.
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the mother Porksy with additional ether.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's still hard work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone, we're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
Take it squeezy.
In addition to the Porksies, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
She's only 32.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with Y'shtola. They are as peas in a pot, are they not? Well then, my friends, let us return to Limsa Lominsa and deliver the good news to the Admiral. A word to the officer in the Bulwark Hall should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Why, Dwache, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Admiral, you say? She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scions, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. My friends, what brings you here this day? Is this true? By the Navigator, a cure for tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you Scions, I would not have thought it possible. And yet it is, Admiral. We have done it, here in Limsa, and production of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks, truly. This will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet I fear it will take more to close the rift twixt man and beastman. Bah, even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, a cure will not guarantee reconciliation between our peoples. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but symptoms of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. "'Twas I who moved that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Laminsans have been at odds with those who share our island home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our history has been one of nigh constant territorial squabbling. Meanwhile, our struggles with the Sahagin for control over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the thrice-damned calamity driving them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stake, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaimed to all who'd listen, and then gave up. You and yours put me to shame. Since you led us to victory against the Black Wolf, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it high time that I followed suit, hence my proposal to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Vilbrant than my own people sought to thwart me. You speak of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Aye, acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent patriarch. But the bloody executioners wouldn't hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirate powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. Ooh yeah, Limsa is a pirate nation. I'm given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfir, has been bedridden for some while with an ailment of the lungs. Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads, a man named Sicard, but recently risen to prominence amongst their ranks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I've tasked the Yellow Jackets and the Rogues with uncovering his motives, but they have learned naught of any value. Leave it to us. We have a nose for the truth. Whatever this Sicard wants, we'll find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck. By way of a first step, I suggest we split up and make inquiries around town. Someone must know this Sicard. If you could approach the pirates, Duache, the rest of us will seek out merchants and adventurers. Okay. I enjoy Limsa. It's Duache's hometown. Hey, Carveline, how are you? Curious about Sicard, are you? As am I, my friend, as am I. Yeah, gonna visit her dad's after this. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experienced a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the thalassocracy permits us to attack only Garlean vessels, yet these have all but vanished from the seas since the Empire turned upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trading with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how, then, are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secret, they are not like to share it with their rivals, but mayhap you will have more luck. I remember you. You were the one that was blackmailed by Tataru and took us to Hingashi. Or Kugane. He is a son of I think the oldest son of one of the Ishgardian noble families. I don't know if I remember it correctly, which one. Ah, hello. Ma'am. Huh? You want to know about Sicard? He's a wily bugger is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin, they say, and traded it for Munsket's place at Old Hilfer's side. There was a time we raised the executioners for a pick of the Empire's fleet, but the Guardians are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which, we've all of us had to look for other ways to make ends meet. But that jumped up bilge rat Sicard landing the juiciest, whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishbacks and other beasties. Get the first pick of the produce for our trouble, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters as can't sell on account of getting old or wounded or with child, and they cook it up and sell it for a pretty profit. Simple. Oh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong, but when I see the girls with their little ones, I think to myself, a life of peace and quiet ain't all bad. Yay. Pirate lady crew. Alfredo, where are you? I miss you. My little baby boy. He is my little baby boy. I see everyone is returned. Now, who would like to go first? Nobody. So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sicard turned the executioner's fortunes around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to a tavern keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongues on as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Herald. The publication has been investigating the secret of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Oh yeah, they do. Plainly, the executioners do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on the Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioners began to enjoy better fortunes, the price of crystal went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand, I was told. Curious, I contacted Hoary Boulder, who has been watching the movements of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite ever-worsening relations between the beast tribes and the thalassocracy, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Sahagin lack the means with which to summon them. Do you mean to say the executioners are divesting them of their crystals? All indications point to that conclusion, yes. Though we have no hard evidence as yet, we must investigate further. Agreed. So, how do we proceed? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I've already taken the liberty of making certain provisions. You're a smart little baby boy. Hello, Bluey. I am taller than you. During my inquiries, a disgruntled merchant informed me that a wholesaler of crystals had recently arrived in Limsa, offering wares at prices far undercutting the competition. After asking around, I was able to gain an introduction and will shortly pose as a potential buyer in a bid to establish the crystal's provenance. The man is due to be at Oshon's Embrace in Lower Lanosia shortly. I suggest we make our way there at once. Ooh! Just looking at our progress. We might finish this patch tonight, which is exciting. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to. There's only 4 missions. 3 after this one. One of my favorite cutscenes is gonna be in there. Lala. I love Lala. That appears to be our merchant. Wish me luck. Wait, if he is truly in league with the bloody executioners, he will surely be wary of those allied to the Admiral, the Scions not least of all. Compared to yours and Dwashe's, mine is an unfamiliar face. Let me play the role of buyer. Graha is right, and even if you aren't recognized on sight, you look too genteel to be mixing with society's underbelly. Genteel? But very well, I leave it to you, Graha. Got business with me, Catboy. What the fuck? Is that a microaggression? You're the crystal wholesaler. Look at him! That I am, but you're no merchant. So what do you want the crystals for? Don't look at us, you idiot! You'll give yourself away! Oh, I see. You're a weaponsmith, am I right? And you need the crystals to make a staff like that fine specimen you got there. That's right. I am indeed a weaponsmith, and I use naught but the finest materials. I bid you show me your wares. Well, we don't invite just anybody into our storehouses. Takes time to establish trust, you understand. Look, I have a large and urgent commission. If the quality is satisfactory, I will not quibble over the price. Alright. It's plain that that's no ordinary crystal adorning your staff, so I'll make an exception. Come with me. Stop gesturing at us. seems to be working. Let's follow them. I like that they let him be silly. I like that they let all of the characters be silly a little bit. Graha, you're a mess. It's very cute. They went into that tunnel quietly now. You won't find any finer, especially not for the price. Indeed, I would expect to pay more than double for such quality. How could they possibly be so cheap? There's nothing unlawful about them, if that's your worry. They're from Ogomoro. If you take my meaning. Stuff's as pure as it gets. You won't be disappointed. So, how much do you want? Ogomoro. Taken from the kobolds, just as we suspected. That's enough. Shut your gobs and turn around, slowly. Who's this guy? Who's that guy? I'm Sicard, acting captain of the Bloody Executioners. He has green hair, actually. Oh my god, he has green hair and pronouns. It's just shit lighting. No need to introduce yourselves. We know who you are, scions. And we also know you've been chatting to the Admiral. Got eyes and ears everywhere, see? Comes with being the only true pirate crew left in Limsa. So, we've established you ain't here to buy crystals. The question is, what are you here for? Nerd. You are bold to reveal yourself to us without knowing our objective. But that would explain your swift rise to power. You have spoken plain, and so I shall return the favor. We came here to learn why the Bloody Executioners oppose the Admiral's will. And we have our answer. Should Limsa Lominsa make peace with the kobolds, you would lose the source of your newfound wealth. That's right. Just to remind you though, we ain't breaking any rules here. The law forbids us from attacking any vessel nor not flying the Imperial flag, but it don't say nothing about beastmen. Only reason we keep our operation nice and quiet's cause we don't want no one taking our business. Wait, just listen to the end, will you? For what it's worth, I have the highest respect for you and yours. Her especially. While the maelstroms were while the Maelstrom were worrying about dirtying their fancy red clobber, you lot stormed Ugomoro and battered bleeding Titan himself. Raised the mug to you when I heard the news. And now we're following in your footsteps, making sure the beastmen never summon their stinking gods again. Practically your successors we are. When there were still Imperial ships about, we did our bit for Limsa and went after him. But with the Garleans gone, there's no one left to ply our trade on except the beastmen. So let us have that, eh? It's only fair. Contentious though some may find your views, it is true that you have broken no laws. That being so, I see no reason why you should not state your case directly to the Admiral's face. Unless the acting captain of the only true pirate crew left in Limsa Lominsa has some other cause to hide in a cave. Well said. Well said indeed. Alright, I will meet with the Admiral. I'll even provide the venue. The Astalicia? I trust she won't turn down the invitation. Okay. Money, 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 money! Tuasha's just staring after him like, shut the fuck up. You suck. I thought myself the hunter, but it turns out I was the prey. A timely reminder that the pirate powers of Limsa Lominsa are not to be trifled with. But all's well that ends well. Grahatia's timely provocation had the desired effect, and Sicard has agreed to a meeting. Let us hurry back to Limsa Lominsa and pass on his invitation to the Admiral. Oh, right. No teleporting. Tuashe, your companions have already reported to the command room. Will you be joining them? Yes. Hello. Welcome back, my friends. What news? So they've been stealing crystals from the kobolds. My thanks for solving the mystery and securing a meeting besides. Suffice to say, I accept Sicard's invitation, and I would have you join me as my guests. The future of Limsa hangs upon the outcome of this meeting, and I would have the science present to bear witness.
Look who's come crawling! Traitor!
You can shove your piece!
Welcome aboard, Admiral. I'll wager you don't remember me. Sicard, acting captain of the bloody executioners, at your service.
'Twas kind of you to invite us. Now, if Captain Hillfear has a message for me, I bid you speak it.
We have just the one demand. That you forget this bilge about making peace with the beastmen. Ours is a nation of pirates. Always has been, always will be. Deny us our right to plunder, and you deny who we are.
Too bloody right! Pirates till we die!
What we want, we take! Piracy has no place in our future.
What'd she say?
Pirates have no place. Our nation has prospered through piracy, 'tis true. Yet it is but one part of our long and storied history. Centuries ago, our ancestors led a failed rebellion and were driven from their homes with little more than the shirts on their backs. In fear of their lives, they sailed south until they came to these shores. Finding the land occupied by kobolds, however, they were forced to turn to piracy in order to survive. And survive they did. But not so long ago, when the Empire threatened to crush everything we'd built, we set aside piracy and joined hands with our neighbors. This too was in order to survive. And survive we did. Time after time we fought the Empire, and time after time we won. And through trade with our newfound allies, we prospered more than we ever did through pillaging and plundering. The Empire teeters on the brink of collapse. Ere long, provinces like Wurlit and Bosnia and many others will regain their freedom. When they do, our matchless fleet will lead the world in a new golden age of commerce. The tides favor us, and the ocean beckons with her vast bounty. But if we cling to the old ways, this great ship we call Limsa will trade the boundless seas for a lagoon. Shall we scorn the world's wealth for a plundered pittance then? Or shall we embrace change and thrive, like our ancestors before us? The choice is yours. But if we are to prosper in the coming age, the whole of Vilbrand must become our ship, and a kobold and Sahagin our crewmates.
Rousing words. Might even be some truth in them. But pirating's all we've ever known. And we ain't about to give it up just 'cause you say so. Still, we're all the Mincins here and no one wants a war. So where does that leave us?
Long before you became Admiral, I heard you was captain of the League of Lost Bastards. That true? If so, you'd know how we pirates settle our differences.
A duel. Very well. As Admiral of Limsa Laminsa, I accept your challenge.
This ain't over! Not till one of us is dead! Finish the job! Or I will!
It's the captain!
Captain Ilfir!
Ye fool! 'Twas over afore it began.
Captain!
Seems the whelps have been yapping while their master was abed. Listen well, all of ye. Since the signing of the Galadian Accord, we all of us have been part of the same crew. The crew of the good ship Lemsa Laminsa. At the helm of that ship is the Admiral. And 'tis she who decides where we sail. Was I not clear on that point? Or did you forget whose deck you stand on? Nay? Then what in the seven hells are you playing at?
It's all we know, Captain. If we ain't pirates, what are we?
You're bloody idiots is what ye are. Idiots with your own lives ahead of ye. Ye can do anything ye want. Be anything ye want. We're pirates, aye. And we pirates love our loot. But that ain't our first love. Our first love is the sea. The sea! And what she brings us. Freedom! So hold fast to that. Let the brine-crusted husk that stands before you now be the last of them as knew naught save out of steel. And make of yourselves a new breed of pirate! Lad, I made ye me right hand 'cause I saw something in ye. And I still do. You've the makings of a captain. All you lack's the belief. Well now, it seems we're of one mind after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding, Admiral. We're with ye, wherever ye be headed.
You have my thanks, Hilfir.
Your choice of dueling pistol did not escape my notice. Good old Annihilator. Ender of many a proud pirate's voyage. Mistbeard's vanished into legend, and it won't be long before I take my rest in the depths. Yet be that as it may, the old ways can only truly die when we've dealt the Empire the telling blow. There'll be stormy seas ahead, no doubt. But I'm trusting ye to steer us through to the other side.
He modestly coughs into a handkerchief right afterwards. Though I had anticipated a duel, I did not foresee that Hilfir would intervene. But full glad am I that he did. 'Twould have been a shame to kill the boy. Instead, the whelp has learned a valuable lesson, and we have made peace amongst ourselves. All that remains is to do likewise with our neighbors. Complete. Hold on, I'm just very quickly gonna change something. Because you keep making excellent jokes and I keep having to get Automod approved. What is this? Extensions, streaming tools. Creation. Okay, I'm just gonna turn it off since now I set it to that you need to be following me for at least a day before you can chat. So we're not gonna have any spammers. Alright. Now, I need hardly tell you, but any attempt to negotiate with the tribes is doomed to fail unless their minds can first be wrested from the grips of their gods. And so, in the meeting we seek to arrange with the kobolds, I would have you free their leader of Titan's influence. Leave it to us. We will open his ears to reason. You have my thanks. Ere we proceed, there is something you should know. Some 50 years passed. When the Sahagin swarmed at our halls in even greater numbers, Limsa entered into a covenant with the kobolds. To men shall go the bounty of the sea, to kobolds shall go the bounty of the land. An ostensibly equitable arrangement, conspicuously lacking in detail. Aye, inadvertently or not, the wording was ambiguous, and we took advantage of it, moving in to claim the northern reaches of Lanosia, which the kobolds believed theirs. Bloodshed followed, then bloodshed to answer the bloodshed. And on it went, till every ilm of Vilbrand bore the stain of our conflict. This is not history, you understand. It is the present, fresh and raw. And with their kindred's blood yet on our hands, we will struggle to regain the kobolds' trust, even should we cure their temper. Admiral, you speak of obstacles we are like to encounter at the meeting, but as things stand, I see no reason why the kobolds would agree to a meeting in the first place. And so we must provide a reason. I will restore their stolen crystal to them, and personally deliver the cargo along with my apologies. Bait. They would welcome us into their midst, not to speak of peace, but to have you at their mercy. Aye, and given the wealth of crystals we will bring, I'll wager they will attempt to summon Titan there and then. Meeting a high priest would need to be present, to whom we could administer the cure. Precisely. He is the fish I would catch, but he will not be alone. Nay, he will have guards on his hands, and they will lay down their lives to protect him. Yet a single death on the kobold side would jeopardize our chance at peace. And there my venture founders. Yet it need not. What if we were to employ the Conqueror's chains? Though we would still have to weaken the kobolds, it would allow us to subdue them without inflicting lasting harm. The artifact Mistbird used to take goods and not life? Aye, that would serve. Well done, Marshal. So, friends, what think you of our strategy? The effects of tempering are cumulative, and we may safely assume that the High Priest's exposure to primal influence is extensive. It will therefore take a great deal of ether to reverse its effects, not to mention time. Time during which Alisaie would be defenseless. Even should we all look to her protection, I'm not convinced that we could keep an entire army of kobolds at bay. Well, I'm happy to take that risk. It's not as if we have any other choice. Besides, it's what Tesleen would do. And had I not followed her example, we wouldn't even have a cure for tempering, much less a chance to bring peace to Vilbrand. So I'm going to cure that priest or die trying. I believe in you, Alisaie. And I believe in you too. You and everyone. I know you'll keep me safe. It is settled then. See to your preparations and make for Camp Overlook. We will join you there anon. Ba, 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 ba. Big yawn. No, there's one more after this, but that is mostly cutscenes. Alphino wasn't lying when he said I'd be defenseless, so I'm counting on you all to give me the time I need. Our sole purpose will be to keep you out of harm's way, so leave that to us and focus on your own task. Indeed, and should you want for ether, you need only say the word. Kaboo, did you follow us here? There's something important I want to say to the High Priest. Express, state, say. Please let me come with you, please. I'm sorry, but it's too dangerous. I need you to promise me that you'll stay here where it's safe, alright? My apologies for the wait. It took time, but we have secured our audience. All unfolded as expected. At the mention of my returning their crystals in person, the kobolds suddenly remembered how keen they were to be reconciled. And so, in the glorious spirit of cooperation, we are to be received by Patriarch Zada of the Second Order, who awaits our pleasure in the navel. If you are ready, let us proceed to the Ugamaro mines at once. And then there's, after this patch, there's 2 more. Though they have less missions, I think they might be just as long as a normal patch. Because there's a lot of cutscenes and duties and a dungeon. Whee! Bananova Dweller, Bananova Dweller, Bananova Dweller, Titan! Bananova Dweller, Bananova Dweller, Bananova Dweller, Titan! Let me in! Let me in! Never mind, I'm going the wrong way. Let me in! Hello. I love that song so much. This Aetherite will bear us to our quarry. Should he make to summon Titan, as I anticipate, we will halt the ceremony and restrain him. And at this, all hells will break loose, and we will have an army of kobolds to entertain while Alizé's work is done. Just remember, none must die. We will weaken them and let Izar do the rest. It is time. Stay the course, my friends. I spy calmer waters beyond this squall. I do also really like the song for Garuda. You still having dead bodies around, dude?
Greetings, Patriarch. I am Merlwib Blufistvin, Admiral of Limsa Laminsa.
I love Rogadin names.
I come before you to offer my sincerest apologies for the many wrongs committed by my people against you and yours.
You were foolish to come here. Stupid, unwise, foolish. The Great Father shall have your souls for your folly.
Aye, just as we thought.
Now, Alizé! Quickly!
You don't need to tell me!
Let none pass. We must grant her as much time as we can.
Wee-haw! I'm beginning the incantation. The girl seeks to harm the Patriarch with vile magics. Kill her! Slaughter her! Slay! Kill!
We must protect Alizé!
Not if we have anything to say about it. Flushshade, draw the goblins to me. I'll deal with them all at once. My coil! Time for the chain. Yes, it's ready! Go, Angelo! Ah! What sorcery is this? Alizé, are you alright? Ah, his tempering is too severe. I can't finish the job. So one person's ether alone is not enough.
Oh, just what we need.
Ah! They're targeting Alizé. Everyone, gather close.
my sights.
Okay, Soldier 76. Alphino, let us lend Alize our ether.
Here you are, Alize.
Thanks, you two. I'll give it another try. Bombs, we can't let them get near Alize. I'm nearing my limit. Curses, more of them. Spread out and hold them off.
More! I need more ether! Just a little more!
No! My girl! 7 hells, there's too many! Leave this to me. Stand clear, all of you. You're getting blowed up big time, boy. Ah! Of all the reckless things! Alize, now's your chance! Alright, please, please let this work. Ah, my head! The pain, the pain! It's almost there. Toche, please lend me your ether too. Okay. Uh-oh. Haha, you're dead now, girl. Finished, done, dead. No, you don't. No, Admiral, it's too dangerous. I made my decision before I came here. No matter what it costs me, Limsa will have peace. Slay the last one. Exterminate, destroy, slay. Come on, pray. Toche, a little more ether. Just a little more, and I can finish this. Thank you. It will work this time, I promise.
Yes, this will do. Here I go. Angela.
My baby daughter's so cool and strong.
Did it work?
What?
What is the meaning of this?
I'm sorry, but they died by your hand. You sacrificed them to summon Titan.
No. No, 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 no! Why? Why would I do such a thing?
This is so sad.
Would that there were a cure for the victims of the Tempered.
Gabu! What are you doing here?
Patriarch, please listen to me. Hear, heed, listen. The Great Father we have been summoning is false. He only hurts us and those we love. For a long time, his voice filled my mind. It told me to do terrible things. Awful, unspeakable, terrible things. But I didn't give in to it, and you mustn't either. There's been too much pain already, so please, end the suffering.
What have I done?
We share this child's desire, Patriarch. An end to summoning, for it spells naught but misery for both our peoples. For many long years, man and kobold have feuded over territory, pillaging and perishing for the earth beneath our feet. It may be said that we fought to survive, but what we have sown in blood, we have reaped in suffering, and it cannot go on. I would see us set aside the past and work together for peace.
It was wrong of me to hurt my own in the name of the Great Father. Sinful, evil, wrong. But that doesn't mean there can be peace between us. Men cannot be trusted. The bounty of the land was to be ours, and yours the bounty of the sea. But you broke the pact. Violated, breached, broke. Unready as we were, what choice had we but to call upon the Divine to rid ourselves of your tyranny?
None, and I do not blame you for it. In violation of the spirit, if not the letter, of the pact, we took your lands for our own. The fault lies wholly with us. On behalf of all Laminsons, I offer you my humblest apology. I pray you'll find it in your heart to accept it. Yet I know an apology alone will not serve to make things right. So, we will revise the pact to leave no room for doubt, and any who violate it shall face justice, swift and certain.
No, we won't be fooled. Not again.
Please, hear me to the end. Fleeting though it was, there was a time when man and kobold abided together in harmony, in cooperation. In those days, your people shared the secrets of smelting. Knowledge which allowed Limsa Lominsa to thrive. Much of what we have, we owe to the kobolds. And so, for the good of all who dwell on this isle, I wish to make you an offer. We will bear your people's wares to every corner of the world, and trade them in your stead. In return, we will bring you the bounty, not only of the sea, but lands both near and far. Whatever you desire, the Navigator as my witness, you shall have it. There will be no more man and beastman, just the crew of the great ship that is Vilbrand. And together, we will share in the wealth of the world, if you'll only accept our hand in friendship.
We want to believe you. We truly do. But we believed you before and you betrayed us. Fooled, deceived, betrayed us!
There are bad men, it's true. But there are also good ones. And the ones before you are the best of them. They were always kind to me. Caring, nice, kind, and I trust them with my life.
Before I became Admiral, I was a pirate. I stole, I fought, I stained the sea red with blood. Such is my past, and I dare not forget it, however much I might want to. That is death penalty. The pistol I used to pass judgment on my own sire when he fell thrall to Leviathan and betrayed his comrades. It's loaded. If you were to point it at my head and pull the trigger, I would most assuredly die. Though it isn't much, my life is the single most valuable thing I possess. If it will suffice to atone for past wrongs, take it. A single bullet to annul the old pact, and my blood to write it anew. What comes after, I entrust to this man, my second in command. I know that he will do his utmost for the happiness of all who call Vilbrand home.
I do not trust you. Not yet. But Gaboo does. And I will trust him.
I really like that.
We want you to know that we respect your faith. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks to the land which sustains you. But summoning is different. Should you hear of anyone who would attempt it, we ask that you appeal to their better judgment, or failing that, seek our aid. We're always ready to help.
Many and more of my brethren are yet enthralled to the Great Father, just as I was. If you could free them too, I would be grateful. Appreciative, thankful, grateful.
Tis we who should be grateful, Patriarch. I thank you for affording us this chance.
Aww. It would seem we have found a way forward with the kobolds. Next, we will help the Second Order to free their tempered brethren from thraldom. Theirs is far from the only order, of course, and it will take no small amount of time and effort to reach the rest. But reach them we will, however long it takes. I would say that I was in your debt, but that has long since been true. So, instead, I will say thank you for helping us to plot a new course not only for Limsa Laminsaf, but all Eorzea. Final mission, let's go, baby!
Right. Let's return to the Rising Stones.
Yay!
Admiral, something strange is afoot at the floating city.
Breathe, man. What is it?
I think it's best you see for yourself. Please, come with me.
What in the world is that?
Yuck.
A tower.
You can see it too, then? I feared I was losing my wits. One moment I was patrolling as usual, and the next it was just there.
Yes? This is she. I am. I'm looking at it. What? Understood. Send the Elder Seedseer my regards. The communications officer. It seems this isn't the only tower. They've sprung up all across Eorzea. Nothing more is known, only that they appear to be of Garlean construction. Our allies on the Alamegan front are on highest alert. Forgive my directness, but would you join them? They may well need the help.
Of course, Admiral. We shall make all haste.
My thanks. I will return to Limsa to weigh our response. Look for Commander Hext when you arrive in Alamigo, and may the Navigator speed you on your way.
Looks yucky. I do like the ring effect. I could look at that for hours. But I won't, because we have stuff to get to. How can something be so scary and yucky and so soothing and cool at the same time? Hello, Lise! I love you, Lise!
Thank you for coming so soon. I'll send for Commander Aldin at once, and we can decide what to do about these infernal towers.
Rogue preserved!
It can't be.
Woo! Look at
The
that
palace!
design.
After them!
Hey, Roban.
You're here, good.
Oh, baby. Yeah!
Well, well, well! To be received by such an illustrious cast! Why? Even the hero of the piece is here! I feel quite starstruck.
Is that... Asahi?
His body, more like. You don't fool us.
Oh! You saw straight through it! Anyone would think you dealt with Asians before. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Fandaniel, and may I say what a pleasure it is to finally make your acquaintance.
What do you want, clown?
My, straight to business is it? Suit yourself. It is my intention to recreate the final days. To which end I have distributed a collection of rather ingenious devices, or towers, which will, in time, give rise to the grandest of spectacles.
The final days? But it was the Asians who labored to prevent them.
You're quite right, though I would expect no less from one responsible for eliminating my unsundered colleagues. Honestly, the three of them were obsessed with restoring the one true world. As a sovereign individual, however, I never had much interest in such things. I mean, why bother when you're just another sundered minion? Admittedly, Elidibus was not convinced by that argument, But thanks to you, I'm finally free of his incessant nagging. Free to use my powers as I see fit, to fulfill my heart's desire. And my heart's desire is to lay this half-broken world to waste, leaving nary a fleck of dust behind!
What? Why would you want such a thing?
Because I want wretched creatures who ask such meaningless questions to die! You! And you! And you! I want you all to die! And I want to die too! Oh, yes! I want to die and take everyone with me in a paroxysm of pain and suffering!
Love this guy.
I'm different, you see. From the ancients who clung to dear life, and from you. So don't bother trying to reason with me. You will find I have no reason, or creed, or any such tripe. I just want to destroy the world. But please do resist with all your might. It will add to my enjoyment. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes peeled, for the curtains have risen on the spectacle to end all spectacles. We, the Telophoroi, shall be your performers and this very star our stage.
I like funny Daniel.
Ah, but I nearly forgot. I have a message for you. My esteemed patron, Lord Xenos, eagerly awaits you at the heart of the chaos.
I know, right?
While I wish only to destroy the world, he exists solely to relive a certain, transcendent moment with you. And it is for that reason he would reduce all to ash. Pray see to it his dreams do not go unfulfilled. For if you should disappoint him, my trusty companion here, whom I've dubbed Lunar Bahamut, will burn your cities and everyone in them.
Everyone out! My men will tend to the blaze.
Interesting. Thank goodness everyone's safe. We've managed to put out the fire, though not quickly enough to save the garden. Raban, can I leave it to you to send word to the Alliance? I'm going to take a unit and investigate the tower. We need to find out what it's for. We'll go with you. No, you won't. You'll rest. From what Merlip tells me, you're due sometime off duty. Should we learn anything about the tower, we'll be sure to share it with you. Until then, I want you to rest. Very well. But if you need our help, don't hesitate. And take care, both of you. I know he puts on a silly clown performance, but I think that, in a way, that scene with Fandango is kind of chilling. It's like, oh boy, what have we gotten ourselves into this time? Also, a little fun fact, Toloferoi means bringers of the end. Ah, you're back too. Good. We've received the reports from the Alliance. Since we are all here, perhaps those who bore witness to the events in Alamigo could treat the rest of us to a first-hand account. No sooner do we overcome one problem than another appears. It would all seem tediously predictable but for the endless variety of our foes. This Fandaniel sounds even more unhinged than his patron. You don't say. Unhinged perhaps, but no fool. For all his pantomime theatrics, he gave away little about his plot. We know only that he intends to recreate the final days, and that the towers will somehow facilitate this. He also called his dragon Lunar Bahamut. Let's not forget that little detail. And the creature certainly did resemble the Elder Primal. That may be, but the fact that it answered to Fandaniel, which suggests they are not one and the same entity. I think it more probable that it is some manner of simulacrum born of Ascian magics. Whatever it is, for now we can but work closely with the Alliance and remain vigilant. I believe that concludes our news. What of yours, Yerstola? I've been to see the Sultana. Knowing how quick the immortal flames are to dispose of their tempered, I judged it best to provide them with the cure first. As soon as I had sufficiently recovered, I traveled to Ulda and delivered the porxies to her grace, along with detailed instructions on their use. Yet my visit chanced to coincide with the arrival of some troubling tidings. The immortal flames had been on the cusp of agreeing to a truce with the Amalja when negotiations abruptly collapsed. The Amalja claim that a number of their kind have been abducted, and that men are responsible. Not is known of the perpetrators as yet. But the immortal flames went about investigating the abductions. They came upon one of Fandaniel's towers. On the subject of the towers, you may be interested to learn that they are not an exclusively Eorzean phenomenon. According to the Alliance, they have been cited as far afield as Yangsha. Then it would seem reasonable to assume they are elsewhere, everywhere. We simply have not found them. Well, as you said yourself, we can do little now save remain vigilant. And since we're dealing with a dragon, ostensibly at least, I believe it would behoove us to enlist the aid of an authority on such foes. Estinian! Estinian? Now just a moment. If he could be persuaded to lend us his lands, I would be the first to welcome it. But the truth is, we will struggle even to find him. Haha, you let me and Krell worry about that. We'll sniff him out no matter where he's hiding. If he is indeed hiding, We have ways of locating him regardless. So, if there are no objections, we shall depart at once. They are a menace. Don't worry, we just need to get Duache in danger and he will just come falling through the ceiling to save her. Well, rather than sitting around, I think I might go to each of the city-states and educate them in the use of porxies. They would doubtless appreciate it, but might you consider taking a moment to rest before leaving? You would be fresher for the task ahead. He does, big time. Well, my friend, our moment of triumph did not last long. "'Twas ever the way. The world often needs saving." And save it we shall. I, for one, do not intend to allow a nihilistic madman to take us all to the grave with him. Not when the future holds such promise. Nay, I will do all in my power to protect those whom I hold dear, just as you have always done. Friendship time! Yay! Do we get a funny Daniel scene? Meanwhile, somewhere in the locks.
The scouts should have been back by now. I'm gonna go and find them. Oh, thank goodness for that.
Glory be.
Glory be to Garlemald!
Ah, jump scare! Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, speaking of Garlemald, time for another monologue.
The piles have been driven as planned, and the first of the beasts has roared to life.
I love this guy.
Moreover, I am pleased to report that preparations are well underway for the rest. Ere long, chaos shall reign over all the land, as befits the final days.
Call it what you will, so long as my friend returns to me, fangs bared and claws sharpened. I care not.
I love them both. They are both my favorite unhinged villains.
Of course, my lord. By strange coincidence, your dear friend chanced to be present when I made my declaration. I took the liberty of informing her that you await her coming, though I confess, I may have singed her a little in the process.
And why do you tell me this? Are you in such a hurry to die?
Ah, my apologies. I must guard my tongue lest it be the end of me. Though, There is something to be said for such a glorious death. Better to fall to one who has it all than falter before an inferior. Huh. I shall keep it in mind as a contingency. For now, however, I shall proceed with the plan. My lord.
I must find myself a new weapon. One worthy of our long-awaited reunion.
Hey, bro, that was a gift from Yatsuyu to you. Rude. What the fuck? Oh man, how about that patch, huh? Holy cannoli. I know. Yeah. So right now they're really entering the build up to Endwalker. But I think we're just gonna we have just finished the patch, and I think we're gonna be done for tonight. Since, you know, it's pretty late already, and we can just start a new patch next time. Yeah, great stream! Lots of things we did. It was really fun. Good character development. Draw a little heart around her face. Oh man. Well, thank you for being here. Probably gonna stream again on Wednesday. Yeah. Good stream, good stream. And yeah, then we're gonna carry on with patch 5.5. Which I don't know if we'll be able to finish it in one stream, but we'll find out. So yeah, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, goodbye.